Hello everybody and welcome to part 14 of Assaltya. Before we begin, there's one correction I would like to make. Once the great engineer popped out here, I don't think we have a reason to work this anymore. Universities are going to be going up. There's a shared pool between merchants, engineers, and scientists. So as we generate, a couple scientists and stuff, the general pool is going to get pushed back so much that I'm not so sure that we would ever get another great engineer, and we would certainly prefer to have the food. So let's go ahead and do this so that Nineveh can have that hex growth into. Okay, so moving along. Got a lot of ground to cover here. Basically, we are beelining astronomy so we can get off this continent and find out what else is going on. Okay, bye-bye culture and happiness. That is sad. Our worker bar is now so long we can't see everybody all at once. Ready for a construction project here, and I'm going to go with Colosseum. It's a bit out of order and not quite necessary, but the point is getting it built. You see it says 6 turns there. Got university there. The point is that in Nineveh, it's going to take us, 8 turns garden? Thought it was more like 7. Must have been the change I made in tile assignment going from here to here. Basically on time, and we want to get the Circus Maximus up. I want to try and focus on national wonders, just because, we might be taking cities, burning cities, annexing cities. A lot to coordinate when it comes to that, so I want to get those up as soon as possible. And of course, the happiness one is going to be pretty important. Alright, there's some more culture for us. And back it up to there. He will not be able to reach the camp next turn, so I guess we'll heal the horse up. These guys are heading north. Let's see, he's heading north. Alert. He's heading north. He's coming home to heal. He's just heading north. He's heading north. Alright. This guy's hopping the river. Alert. He's heading east. Oh yeah, the moment of truth. The fork in the road. The cliffhanger from last episode. One thing I noticed is we have a problem here. We need to cancel the aqueduct project for now in order to do Machu Picchu. We could just let it ride to make things simpler, but I would really hate to lose Machu Picchu by, doing that and then find out we get scooped at the last possible moment. So we need to make this number say 3 turns. That's not good enough, but unemployed is okay. So now it says 3 turns, which means we can eliminate this. And I just want to point out here that in the standard interface, anytime you click on something, it switches to that project. Enhanced User Interface has a quote-unquote feature, queues. So if I was to click on Machu Picchu right now, it would make it queued after Aqueduct, which means our rush production would get wasted on an Aqueduct that's practically finished. I never queue, so I don't like that feature myself, but I understand that a lot of people do, and that's helpful. But we need to cancel first and then Machu Picchu. I mean, you could do it the other way around, but this way, if you make a mistake or fumble, you'll still get a prompt saying, oh, you got to choose a construction project. And one more tip, anytime you go to use rush production on an engineer, just double check to make sure you're working the correct project. That's a whole lot of hammers you don't want to be throwing at the wrong thing. So there we go, fingers crossed. Finally clear out this camp. Where'd that boat go? I do know. Well, these aren't developed yet, and we do have triremes heading down that way, so this guy's heading down to Palanque. Had some trading posts down there. These guys are chasing after this barb camp. Let's see, if we move here and here, we end up in a pinch point, so let's have him go wide so there's not a traffic jam there. Okay, coming over to this camp. We'll be able to encroach next turn. Alright, toot toot, all aboard. Tickets, please. We are passing through Singapore. on our way to Buenos Aires, even though these people don't like us anymore. Alright, let's see here. Venice. 17 turns to grow. Let's do that. 22, 33. Okay, it fell back onto the lumber mill, which is nice for now. We'll have this finished momentarily. So moving along. Come on, Machu Picchu. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes or something. Yes. I don't normally build wonders, so I always like saving these little flashes here. Alright, so look at our gold per turn, 19. Pretty sweet. Okay, and we are only just now going to be finishing the Great Southern Road, which means we have not, with the exception of this road that we've left here deliberately, there was nothing wasted on failing to get Machu Picchu. Alright, we want the city to grow, so let's go ahead and do this. And that way Assur can have that tile. There we go. Yeah, or Nineveh. Nineveh needs to have that tile. Nineveh needs to grow more than the capital. We have the National College here. Way more tiles that we need to be working. Alright, so we address that. New camp here, so we know where these guys are heading when they're done here. Okay. Act as a blocker for that guy. We should have that finished off next turn. Losing grasp on Malacca, even more happiness down the tube. Okay, so let's restore this. If we go here to here, growth in 2. That's exactly what we want to see. Aqueduct there. Good deal. Okay, he comes down. Yep, absolute confirmation. End of the line. These guys are coming north. Alright, we are done with this road. For those who don't know, in a situation like this where I'm building road, I hop to the hill rather than building the road in between. And the reason for that is because hills, you know, chew up all your movement points anyway, so might as well do it when you're doing that anyways. So for example, imagine this worker was not here. Since we did the hill first, we could step here, do a road, and then it would be half a point, 1.5 point, do the road. And that's why I tend to prioritize hills. Also, if we had put a tile down here, or a road tile here and then here, a road tile would be finished 1 turn sooner, so that's extra gold loss. So it's about maximizing mobility as well as gold, which is part of the reason why we had this guy jump to the hill instead of just doing this one first. In theory, we save 1 gold getting that up sooner. Alright, so let's go ahead and vacate this tile, make room for that guy. Don't really have a use for him. He's coming down to do Palanque. We could pre-build a farm here just to not be a total waste of a turn. You go to sleep. Coming up. Coming up. See, boom, boom. Boom, boom, block, step, shoot. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, toot toot, all aboard. The boat train. I almost got distracted there. So now that the boat train is finished moving, let's actually take a picture of this, or take a look at this. Alright, let's see. 1 turn from now, or 1 turn from now. 2, 4, 2 turns from now. 2, 4, 3 turns from now. 2, 4, 4 turns from now. 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4. So on the 7th turn from now, and we do have universities going up, so this will be shortened. I don't think we have the time to examine this, even though this could lead us to like another city-state or something. If nothing else, once we are caravels, we can come back and, you know, have a much... Because I think caravels even have +1 sight over triremes. So that and the Great Lighthouse will have good sights. Alright. So we want to come down here to start pre-building the road. Takes 2 turns to get started there, so we might as well put in another turn on this trading post, because we will eventually hit 10 pop and we'll want something to do. Hey, look at that. We get to finish off this more culture. I like it. Very nice. Okay. Alright, that's everybody. Let me just check in on the green numbers here. It's something I often forget to do. Alright, Ulundi demands dies. We have a farm to finish here. Does Ulundi like that? Ulundi likes that. Alright, so we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means 6 will probably go into the market, which is nice because we're not able to put down trading posts there just yet. Speaking of trading posts, he prefers that over the lumber mill. That's to be expected. So we will pre-build a road here, interrupt, and then he'll do first layer, he'll do second layer. We'll get this guy in. Let's hop up on the road there. I don't know if we can use it, but... So yeah, he'll break off next turn and start contributing in some way. We'll have to work that out. Okay, aqueduct is finished here, so let's go boom. Boom, and because we are faith focused, we'll hop off Kalish. 1 turn to growth. Again, this is not a loss of this faith because we're faith focused. Aqueduct's finished. Let's get this university up. Toot toot, all aboard. And no, that does not get old for me. It's fun. And at the end of the day, that's what we play games for. Alright, so yeah, we're continuing the road. Pikeman comes up. Across the river. Act as protection for this guy in the meantime. Nicely done. Alright. Let's have the scout go relieve the African forest elephant. Because that's the whole reason we were bringing these guys north, is to free up some units. Alright, return that unit. And we are now friends with Byblos, which is more food in the capital, which is nice because we just took all the tiles away from Assur for Nineveh's benefit. Let's see. We could start a trading post here. That seems like a good idea. I was looking at crossing the river to go like wide, cast a wide net, but this way we get a trading post up sooner. Palanque. Maybe we should favor this first. The city is already working all that. Yeah, okay. That was a mistake. Kind of like what we did down in Ulundi. Let's give them one more. Oh wait, no, they have good food options. Never mind, never mind. Alright. I was going to say, I was sitting there thinking to myself, why wouldn't I catch that off camera? And that's why, because it doesn't apply. Alright, you are parked, sir. Yeah, the process off camera is almost as involved as on camera, because I want to put on the best show for you guys that I can. Let's get these guys clumped together. And let's make it to where if this guy gets froggy, he has to attack the elephant. Speaking of elephants, we have this camp here. He's damaged. So what if we had this guy start going and be the eye/melee down there? He can be the human monument. That way this guy can go straight over. He can go and heal up. And that's why it's nice having the extra melee around with our death squads. Alright, I see... Oh, never mind. I was going to say I see Nimrod grows in a turn, but that was last turn. Hadn't flicked over yet. Alright, so there we go. 9 and 9. Perfect. So when it says 1 turn to go, we switch to here. Same deal, but then we pull off for the university. No longer friends with Malacca, so happiness is looking sad. It's sadliness at this point. But we like the word happiness, because it contains other words that are fun. Alright, continue on. That was my mistake. Let's see. Finally! And gold per turn went up too, so I guess this hit the threshold for the market multiplier. Anyways, he's going to relieve the forest elephant. Sit tight. He's coming there, across the river. Okay. Wait a second. Did we want this guy to cross the river? He could be human monument here. I'm just thinking maybe having a death squad manning the road, especially as it's built, that makes us quick. Alright, similar situation here. We'll start with the hill rather than the flatland. Because if we were heading down here, road here, you know, we can zoom over the hill after the fact. So, nice. I'm going to have this guy come up here. This is developed. We can pillage it for some money. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could take one of these workers and just, you know, I was thinking about that, like over here where Korea had some developed tiles. We could have a worker and a unit just forever, you know, gathering up infinite gold. What did I just click on? I thought I was... What was I working on? I don't remember. Okay. Whatevs. Okay. Pre-build road. Interrupt. Join. So there'll be a gap here. And he gets involved here. I don't know how that translates into things. So we should pretty much count on all three of these doing all of this. Because once the roads are built, we do have some things for the workers to be doing. Tell you what, let's have this guy go do a Titanic off the sheet there. Ooh. Alright, so what would we do here? Almost... maybe we try with him first. Okay, I was going to say if we high roll, we just take it. Alright. We'll definitely kill him, not him, just because... I wasn't thinking about withdrawal. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Toot toot. All aboard. Hey, we get to go wide. This is really good because we have the Great Lighthouse. So that's more visibility that we're picking up now. That we won't have to grab one more caravels. And I like that idea. Alright, so he's coming up on the hill. He can go this way, act as a blocker. Perfect. Alright, you sit tight. Oh yeah, we have some movement points, but they're fine right where they're at, so okay. Here we go. I'm going to check the green numbers real quick. All looks good. Although I'm seeing 4455, so there goes all our happiness. Although, yeah, some of that's going into universities. Okay, I see orange here. Let's do that first. It's Malacca. Ask for tribute. More money. Okay. Tell you what. Our use for the forest elephants is the fear factor, right? So if we do find somebody else to attack, we want to have him thrown in the middle of things. So I think medic might be fun. Let's try finishing the camp off with this guy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. He's faster. We should have him lead the elephant. Okay. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we want him leading the elephant because he's faster. Rightio. Let's see. Palanque is converted. Nice. I don't really see us ever annexing this. There's just no reason to. Pretty garbage city for a... I mean, lots and lots of potential growth. It does have some hammers. But our happiness has been trying to manage everything else. Okay. So, university is done here. Which means now we pull off, it says 3. Growth in 4. Okay, that's actually not a bad delay. We just freed up a couple of these tiles, so let's go 1 turn until university's finished. Boom. Boom. Okay. And then we'll have to pull it off for the university, which is unfortunate, but saves our happiness, and that was the whole point. Okay, we're going to finish up the garden here and then get on to Circus Maximus, right? 3, 2, absolutely. Okay, all aboard. Doot, doot. We are approaching Budapest Station. You know, it's actually interesting, of all the episodes, of all the games I've played, for whatever reason, this seems to be the one where I'm having the easiest time remembering the names of the city-states. You know, Byblos, Hanoi, Malacca, Kathmandu, Singapore, Buenos Aires, Budapest, Monaco. And maybe that's because we're playing continents and we're only met, like, you know, less than half of them. But, you know, I feel like I've accomplished something. Alright, so where do we have this guy tie in? I guess here. The nice thing is that the caboose here is actually leaving things 1 tile away from being finished, so at any time we can just have them zoom and finish everything up. So I don't know that it's all that important that we like count things out here. We can just each have them going doing 1. When he hits the end, finish, start coming back or something. Finish up in the middle, he can just, the caboose starts peeling things off. Alright, So there's that, there's that. I will have him come up here, because why not? Road, do not misclick. Alright, heal. I'm the king of the world. Nothing to see. Looks like a single landmass there. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. It's just a wee little archer. Okay, well, we'll shoot it anyways. In fact, we might as well just shoot it next turn. It's on flat. He clears, comes back, takes no damage. Keeps our guys fresh to keep going to whatever comes next. Okay, so he's going to be the human monument, which means he can go on to be human monument elsewhere. This guy has no promotions. He has a promotion. Alright, he's well promoted, but rough. Okay, so let's see here. He's heading on down. He's heading to Seoul. Oh, and city names. I'm doing a real good job of remembering all the city names, too. Alongside the... Oh, whoops. What is it with me and, like, building farms with this guy? Alright, at least this one's not as big of a deal because we're not actively working that tile. But still, that's just so annoying. I shouldn't complain because the reason why it happens is because I don't know if you guys noticed, but when there's a worker highlighted, there's one, I think it's an enhanced user interface thing, there's one that's like a recommended thing, and it's usually right, and so usually it's very helpful in that regard, but in that case, a couple times now it's led to me clicking on things I don't mean to. So I'm just going to have this guy hang out with the workers for now. Once the road's built, we can allow the darkness to resume because we'll have a way to zoom from north or south. Alright, so he's got to come up here, finish it. And there we go. Let's see here. Greens, Asuran 2, which means we would look at it next turn, except for it's already set up for max growth, more or less. Same with Nineveh, that's why we don't really need to do the min-maxing in those cities. May purchase with faith. So we have mosques up everywhere we can, and we're pooling for a great profit. The interesting thing here is because we're not buying, we're going to hit Renaissance, at which point the threshold becomes 300, right around the point in time where you actually get 300. So that's kind of interesting. Alright, university's done here. Finally, these guys can stop fighting over these tiles. There we go. One turn until growth, I like that. We are... Here's what my thoughts are here. I don't like temples. I mean, obviously I like liberty, I like white, I like faith, I like religion, that aspect of the game. I don't like the fact that temples are 2 gold for 2 faith. I don't find that to be the most equitable exchange. So I usually am pretty late building them. In fact, my next series might be Egypt, just to try to break me out of that habit. But my thoughts are, we're about to hit astronomy. We don't know what's out there. We don't know if we want to attack what's out there. Our siege towers are still somewhat relevant. So what I'm thinking is, what if we take this opportunity to build barracks and an armory here? And that way, if our units do have to go somewhere and we need to pump out some more units, we can do so with, you know, lots of XP attached. Because he has nothing. That city has nothing better to do right now. All right, all aboard. Toot toot. Tickets, please. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Fatal Instinct, but there's a train scene. It's a spoof movie, so they do what they can to be funny. Oh! Oh! Budapest took care of it. Okay, well, good knowing now. I'm glad I was moving this guy ahead of this guy. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and pool everybody in Seoul. Try and leave as much darkness behind so that the camps will come into our favor. This guy, let's see, we'll just start having him centralized, I guess. The main southern road's getting worked up, so there we go. Yep. I should go spank Budapest. That's our culture, you know what I'm saying? Alright, park there. You come up. Alright, so everybody's withdrawing. Come up. Pre-build. Interrupt. Pre-build, interrupt. Pre-build, interrupt. Okay, nothing to be found there. We'll have these guys retract just to, again, leave as much darkness as possible. We want more camp spawning. We're going to bring these guys home. He's faster, so we'll take him to Ulande. We'll take him to Venice, I guess. Alright. We're almost at the final tiles of the road here. Let's see. And he has 2. He'll be 1. Finish, come here. I don't know. I don't know how that times out. But we do have other things the workers could be doing, like this popped up and this. Nothing important. That's why I was willing to move these guys to here. I guess we'll just put him on alert or something. Is this road tile ready to be finished? Oh, no, we haven't even started yet. Okay. We'll have him hop over the road, over the river. He's the human monument now. He comes up. So now we have a spearman and this guy that's centralizing with nothing really to do. Yes, trading post, please. Thank you. It's nice that we're not only not working this tile, but we don't actually have any other pressing projects. So that loss of 1 turn is more of an annoyance, fly in the ointment, rather than an actual problem. Uh-oh. We got scooped. We got scooped. You know what? That's actually a real problem, because if you think about it, we're a runaway civ. And if we got scooped on Renaissance, that means on the other continent, there's a runaway civ. So, the game's not over yet. I will say that they have a 4-tech lead, production modifiers, etc. So the fact that they're scooping us by only 3 turns might still mean that we have the upper hand. But obviously our upper hand's all on land, and we're going to have to do some water stuff to bridge that gap. So it's not party time just yet. Come here, growth in 13, starting to get a little obnoxious, but as the happiness dwindles, that's probably for the better. Camp here. We have a squad here and a squad here. Workers here. That's a real problem. So let's see. Ranged 1, 2, 3. Shoots on 4. Ranged 1, 2, 3. Shoots on 4. A little more advanced. Southern Death Squad has a lot more to cover here. We are centralizing. Okay, so in the interest of zone of control and bumping and sliding, I say let's take this Death Squad here. In fact, we get on the road, we can get a little zoomy zoom. Speaking of roads, did we finish a road this turn? Yes. So he actually gets a zoomy zoom, which means now he can shoot on in 3 turns. So this was the way to go. We'll have it go like this. We go boom, step shoot, boom, block. In fact, we'll probably block from here just to keep, act as an active shield from all of our workers. Okay, so, and this is why you also check to make sure the road tile can be finished, because in this case it actually speeds us up a turn. Spy has been recruited. I don't see any point in putting it in any of our cities, and right now culture is probably the most important thing that these guys can offer us, so let's put it in Monaco. There we go, keep that culture rolling. Alright. Production of a Colosseum here is finished. Okay, so now this city can start acting on what it would do. I was going to say Lighthouse ahead of Aqueduct, but Aqueduct times up with this pretty good. So let me see what happens when we go here. 7 and 5. Okay, so again, just like before, we'll come to Seoul every turn, take that out, see how they time up, and get that going here. After that, I'm thinking Lighthouse, University, at which point we pull the units off, and everything's good again. Alright, toot toot, all aboard. Pearls unclaimed. So sad. I never really did take a look at if, because we're at university time, if it would have made sense to settle a city here just for that. But Glance says no, because hill, but that's it for production. Alert. I don't know where we want these guys. We have an elephant in the east and two horsemen down here that are more or less going to serve as human monuments. So I'm thinking let's go south. South. Pikemen. Centralize there. South. Have these two stick together maybe. Alert. There's no right answer here, I don't think. Although our death squad from Ulundi's moving down, so let's just move here and I guess here to protect these guys. Looks like they'll have the road tiles finished next turn, which means both of these guys will be as mobile as we need them to be, which I mean I think is super. Okay, pre-build there, pre-build there, pre-build there. When he came here, it was 1. It said 1 to go. Oh, because that's when the other worker tied in. Okay. So we're getting real close to finishing all this up here. Nicely done. Okay, there's that. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets us eyes into here. Makes our extraction a little more user-friendly. Monaco's our friend, so we can trespass. Alright, he's coming back this way, I guess. Back this way, we'll keep them together-ish. Yep. Alright, these guys are retracting. We will have... Well, we might as well just protect the worker. And then he'll be the new human monument since he needs to heal. Alright, moving along. Let me see here. We got the finishing there. Does Palanque care? Palanque doesn't even care. Alright. I'm going to keep going. I know we're at the half-hour mark here, but I think that ending the episode with caravels would be awesome, because that would mean that the next episode we could just start with taking to the open seas. Alright, so 1 turn to growth. Might as well do this. And then that means university is next. A little bit premature, but this city has a lot of growth potential, so we need something to pump the brakes there. Armory in the capital. Garden is done here. On to Circus Maximus. Says 13 turns, but we're about to grow, so that's at least 1 more hammer there. Toot toot, all aboard. Yeah, there's not much going on these turns. Chasing down the occasional barbarian. So we have lots of turns in this episode. Get us to caravels, so that next episode can be that much more exciting. All right, now we really have to start thinking about what we're doing here. He's gonna I'm just gonna say build the road outright. He steps and does that. This was the first one that said 1, so I'm thinking let's have this guy come here, finish the road. 1, 2, so this turn 1, 2, 3, 4 turns from now. Next turn, boom, boom. They can fight over that or something, I don't know. Maybe not, because we are going to want somebody to get back to work on Venice, and since the bulk of everybody's in the north, finishing the north portion of the road first makes sense. Alright, so he's got that all to do. These guys are finished here and here, so this portion of the road is just about finished. So these guys can actually start heading back home. He's going to be finishing up soon. Good deal. We might as well leave these guys with the workers for now anyways. I guess we'll bring him down to protect the worker. Our death squad's a little bit out there. So maybe he heads a little north. I'll tell you what, let's swap him out for one of these guys. He can be a human monument as well. We don't really have any weaknesses here. Well, here, yeah. Alright, so we'll have this guy come down here. Human monument there. Maybe retract him, make him more centralized. Okay. He comes in like that. Put this guy on the road. Good deal. All is well. Okay, they're coming down for this new camp here. come here so that if they attack, we are as strong as can be. Have this guy come up here, gives us the visibility we need to get this guy to be able to cut through. Nice, nicely done. Cool, you can cross the river next turn. Sweet. Okay, now we can afford to go wide. I almost got tricked by that unfinished farm again. Okay, moving along here. Let me just double check here. Nineveh, Ulundi, which there's nothing we can do about. Alright. Happiness is starting to look a little bleak, but that is what the Circus Maximus is for. The call is built. We're actually going to grow before the university is up. That's kind of scary. This tile should be finished by then, so we'll just pull a min-max and then pull off for the university, which that city should slow down at that point. Okay, let's take this last 3 food tile here. Growth in 9. Even this city's starting to slow down. Seeks a great merchant. We're not going to do that. Alright, so we'll have him come... I guess we don't need to. Cross the river. Come to here. Step and shoot. Step here. There's no point in hitting it. So we will just wait. Okay, so pull him back. Start finishing the road tiles. Come here, pre-build, and now he'll come back and start finishing the road tiles, and he can do the... That looks like it'll time out very closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all aboard. Final rounds of triremes. That's actually pretty sweet. Like, right when we're done needing them to protect the workboats, they get to upgrade to caravels and go nicely. It's also nice that because we have this long jut here and we have the Great Lighthouse, we're able to pick up all this visibility. And caravels having +1 visibility, we can just like come down here, like do this bottom stripe, and have another guy like do the middle stripe. And at least up until here, like the 2 of them should be able to get everything pretty well. Let's see here. We'll have this guy come wide. We'll have these 2 swap places. Now the archer's centralized, so if we get a camp over here, we have people waiting. He's going to swap this out so our extremity cities are better protected, which means he, I don't know, get that going there. Alright, these workers here, let's see, we have too many workers, and that's fine for now. He, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll tell you what, he gets started on this because that's actually somewhat important. He's doing all of this. We got a bunch of tiles here. We don't have anybody in Nimrod. Got some tiles here. We got stuff that these guys can do. So let's just start sending them north, and we'll figure it out as we go. This death squad being on the road's pretty great. We do like the elephant being there. Maybe he comes to here, makes him a little bit more centralized. And then these guys stay with the... So we're basically abandoning the road at this point, leaving some darkness here to hopefully invite some camps. We don't want them pillaging our road, obviously, but we need to be giving them as much darkness as possible to spawn in places where we can influence. Alright, one last check here. All greens, here we go. Let's get that astronomy. Noi wants Malacca bullied. We are definitely on top of that one. Mostest literate people. Look how short this list is, and look at that. We are tied for first. Okay, so this must be the person who hit Renaissance before us. Still a somewhat close race. We got a couple stragglers, but...
Joyfully to the breeze.
Astronomy. There we go. Ah, good stuff. Camp way out there. Way out there. Okay, well, I guess these guys go and take care of that. Alright, we're on it. Let's see, next is going to be machinery. Our comp bows need to be able to hit harder. It's the soft spot in our army right now, our offensive army. Obviously horsemen aren't competing too well at this point. There's that. Ahead of schedule. We've been forgetting to do this, haven't we? 4 and 2. 3 and 2. Okay, so it looks like this would have been the first turn that would work. I meant to stay up on that on a turn-by-turn basis. Lost track of it. Alright, alert, alert, alert. Everybody's hunkering down. Let's see. We have... Okay, we're doing good. The extremities having the strong guys makes sense to me. So let's do this. We'll put him on setup alert. And I don't much know where we want these guys. Back him up to here. Pull the ranged inward, so now we have melee on the outs. Seems good to me. He's going somewhere. He's also going somewhere. Okay, let's do the exciting stuff here. Let's get some, say 1, 2, which means we can say 3, 4, upgrade, caravel. 1, 2, 3, 4, upgrade, caravel. Oh, whoops, we could have had these guys hide up in these little alcoves. Couldn't we? Yeah. And that would have helped clear out this cloud for us, too. Alright, so let's see here. This is the diagonal. This guy needs to be on. So he's just going to go ultra wide. Get as much of this cloud as possible. And now, that sucks, because that means these are going to be... maybe not. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, I was thinking maybe we screwed ourselves out of a turn. So let's say we were pooled here. 2, 4, 2, 4. No, we didn't screw ourselves out of a turn. So, no big deal. Alright, finish road. Finish road. Okay, he's going to be in Ulundi. Hey, we can actually be Human Monument next turn. Same here, look at that. That times out really nicely, because we want them to be Human Monuments. Well, no, we just want them to heal. We don't need the city tile for heal. Never mind. Alright, so we'll put him on alert. He's at the outer edge. He's not casting any more light. We'll just clump these guys up because we don't know what they want to do. I suppose we could step and shoot, so that next turn we have step and shoot, but I don't think we need the flanking bonus. No, we don't need the flanking bonus. Alrighty, so there we go. We have our caravels, we have astronomy. We are ready to set to the open sails. New adventure arrives, and the fact that we know that there's a runaway on the other continent is also pretty special, if you ask me. So, I think things are just getting started, really. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're having as much fun as I am. I look forward to your comments, as well as a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it. And I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.